Hey, my love, come sit with me for a minute. So, it has been a couple of weeks since I started with the 90-day glow up challenge, and I really have to be real with you. I stopped. Well, not stopped completely, but I stopped making it a challenge. And honestly, the old me would have thought I'm giving up or I'm losing momentum, but actually, it is the total opposite. So, during this last couple of weeks, I realized some things that really made me shift how I continue forward with this challenge. That's why I wanted to sit down with you and just share with you what I have learned, or just give you my insight on where I am and why I have made this decision. Because if you have been on this journey, I can imagine that a lot of points will have resonated with you maybe before in the past. So let's sit down and just talk. I just realized I forgot my mic, so I'm gonna connect with my mic. So let me just connect you and hit you up. So I am back with my mic. Let's get back into the story. Here's what actually happened. When I started this 90-day glow up challenge, I had all these goals that I wanted to reach, habits I wanted to build, and just wanted to show up in a different way that I have been doing before. As you know, I started a tracker. So what I did is I started tracking everything. I don't think I have shown you yet inside this 90-day glow up challenge, but it's fine because you're gonna know why. We're gonna get there. But I started tracking everything, checking boxes, counting days, and just making sure I was doing everything right. And at first, I felt amazing. I felt good. I felt like I was really conquering this entire challenge, like I was on top of the mountain. But somewhere along the way, everything started to feel kind of heavy, to be honest. Everything just didn't feel smooth sailing and flowy anymore. Like I was constantly challenging myself, constantly checking if I was doing everything right, if I was growing in the right direction, constantly judging if I was doing enough and if I was growing enough. And if you have been following along my journey, where I shared that one day where I took a rest, actually where I took a break, that I was feeling like I was failing, like I was a failure, even though rest were, implemented in that 90-day program that I was following. That is when I realized like this was supposed to be about growth. It was supposed to be about healing and not putting myself through punishment, honestly. So I made the decision. I stopped treating this like a challenge and start treating this like a journey. Now, I know this might seem like I'm just playing with words, like, okay, challenge, journey, it's kind of the same thing, but actually it is not, because we know words are powerful, words have meanings, and just slight shifts in the words that you use also shift the energy that you receive it, for instance, or the energy that it holds in this entire conversation, or just holds in general. If we take the word challenge by itself, challenge has an end point. Challenge starts here and ends there. It has rules and it has pass or fail. Whereas a journey is ongoing. A journey is a process. A journey doesn't have this sense of rigid beginning and ending. It is something that you flow with. You just go with it. You see where it takes you, because it is flexible and it's never about your destination. It is about the process. It is about what you learn there. It's about being in the moment where you are right now. What I have now decided to do is that I am no longer rigidly tracking my steps and checking and ticking that box every single day, because honestly, we don't live in a world that is made out of boxes which are the same every single day. This is not how life actually flows. Life as I said, flows. It's like the ocean. It comes in waves, it comes in currents. It's never steady, actually. Especially as female beings, we really are very fluid beings. We never have the same day every single day, just based on how our body and our hormones work. Just look at your own cycle, your cycle syncing. You have 4 phases. You have the luteal phase, the menstrual phase, you have the follicular phase, and then you get into your ovulation phase, and it goes on and on in a cycle. And through those 4 phases, you are never the same. You don't have the same amount of energy. You don't have the same amount of spark. You don't radiate every day, day in, day out, that same thing, that same energy. So how can I possibly think to do something for a glow up, not a journey where I, want to incorporate maybe a new habit where, okay, I have to do it every day so that my mind sticks to it. No, this was a glow up journey. This was a journey for me to glow up from the inside out, where I heal the inside. That means I cannot track it the same way as I did in my 75 soft challenge. It is not quite the same, even though I'm trying to reach a goal. But that goal goes way deeper. That goal is not just rooted in habits. It is rooted in releasing. It is rooted in transforming. And transformation doesn't happen overnight. Transformation is not something that, okay, you know what? I'm going to go 3 times a week to therapy, or I'm going to go 4 times a week to, meditate, and I'm going to be good. It's just not the way it happens. I am learning day by day, growing day by day, because as I mentioned, growth and healing don't have a 90-day timeline. It just simply doesn't work like that. Growth happens in the small, tiny moments. It happens in the days where you rest, in the days where you choose to not do something because you feel it in your soul, even if your mind is screaming you have to do, but you choose the rest because you know in the long run it's going to benefit you way much more when you stop forcing and start flowing. I think that for so long I thought that if I wasn't perfect or doing the thing perfect, I wasn't growing. I was not passing the test. But honestly, there is no test. Who are you, or who are we trying to prove it to be honest? Because the universe is not going to give you a, super grade A because, hey, you know what? That 90-day glow up challenge where you wanted to heal, you made it through 90 days of pain and suffering and torturing yourself. Here you go. I'm going to give you a badge. Doesn't work. Not gonna work like that, and I know that. But still, even if we have the knowledge, sometimes it just doesn't click in. It just doesn't sync with us until we make that experience. Checking every box and showing up every day flawlessly is actually not really growth. It's just a form of control. Let me tell you, real growth is messy. Real growth is imperfect. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Sometimes maybe it's 5 steps forward and you take only 1 step back. It is unpredictable in a kind of way, but it is never forceful. Unless you don't listen to the universe and the universe forces you into growth. Just saying. But if you would actually flow, go with the flow, actually it might not be candy and roses and everything nice, sugar and spice every single day, but it won't be as painful as forcing yourself or forcing your way into something where you're not meant to be, or that doesn't work like that, or that shouldn't be in this way. I think growth is all about showing up even on the hard days and not forcing yourself or making it harder on yourself, but just showing up. And showing up meaning in the soft way, maybe, where you are like, you know what, today I'm gonna show up for myself. I'm gonna listen to my body and just see what is there. Listen to my soul, listen to my heart. What is it telling me? What do I need exactly today? And maybe that is the hard part that you are supposed to do on that day, and that is okay. So learn to listen to your body and choose to honor your body instead of giving into the fear of I'm gonna lose momentum. Because if you listen to your body and you trust yourself, you know you will always get back up and continue going and continue growing. That is why I decided to choose devotion for this challenge or journey versus discipline. And if you want to know more about that and my thoughts on that, what the difference is, I made a video for you in the previous week. So if you're watching this and you are on a journey of yourself, no matter if it's a 90-day glow up journey or if it's just healing journey in general, I want you to know this. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to track every single thing, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Growth and healing, they are not rigid and definitely not linear, and most definitely, surely not, they do not fit into a 90-day box. What matters the most is that you keep showing up for yourself every single day and showing up in a way that really nourishes you and flourishes you and brings you to the path that you need, or brings you that what it is that you need right now at the moment. And some days it can look like waking up, journaling, going for a walk, making it to the gym, and some days it can just be, you know what, I'm just gonna make myself a tea and just watch my favorite movie, and that's it. And that is fine as well, because this is not about becoming a perfect version of yourself by a certain deadline. It's about becoming more you, more aligned and more at peace. And that doesn't happen by force. It happens by choice, day in, day out, day by day. Let me tell you one thing, you're not failing and you're not falling behind. You are actually exactly where you're supposed to be. And especially if you're watching and resonating with this video, shows me that you are someone who might take it hard on themselves. And if you need to hear it from someone else, let me tell you, it is okay to take a break. It is okay to not be perfect. It is okay to just see where the journey takes you. So where am I at now? Honestly, I don't quite know. What I know is that I am sticking to what I said that I would do, because a part of growth is definitely keeping promises to yourself, but it's a whole other theme that we're gonna catch up on next time or another time in general. But I'm doing what I said I'm gonna do, but giving myself space, giving myself grace. And honestly, I feel like since I have been doing this, I even got way much more or way much closer to the version that I wanted to be, closer to my goals, what I actually wanted to get out of the challenge, versus when I was tracking and really being very rigid. And truly, it feels so good. It just feels so relaxing and peaceful. So keep flowing, keep growing, and keep trusting. And remember, it isn't a race, it is a journey. And I'm grateful that we are on that journey together. So I'm gonna say thank you so much for sitting down with me today. Drop me a comment and just let me know where you are on your journey right now. And don't forget, if this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, share it with as many people as you know, because the energy you give out is the energy you get back in. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Mwah, 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 mwah.